CCC reckons politicians may have been behaving badly.
Premier's going to try and play this one down, but this is going to be the biggest corruption and crime commission investigation since the Brian Burke Julian Grill lobbying scandal. The CCC is busy working out whether electorate staffers working for politicians have been campaigning for the Labor Party. Electorate staff are public servants. They should be busy taking calls from residents concerned about potholes or litter at the local park.
Come on, Mel. You're always up in arms about something.
No, I'm not. I'm not always up in arms about something.
Here we go.
They shouldn't be busy on the campaign trail. It's illegal for them to do things like vote Labor letterbox drops during regular work hours.
Because it's not the job of taxpayers to fund party politics.
That's right. It's Nigel Satterley's job. The CCC reckons that in the 2017 and 2021 elections, electorate staff were campaigning, often at the behest of politicians.
You reckon they were?
On oath they were. Electorate staff have been campaigning for politicians since John Forrest was Premier. The difference in the last two elections was the level of organisation. They didn't try to hide it. Staff were put through actual training programs.
Our own red shirts.
That's what they called them in Victoria. The WA Labor Party saw what Dan Andrews' party did in 2014 over there and copied it. It worked very well in 2017 and really well 4 years after that. The CCC is now copying what the Victorian Ombudsman did and is investigating the rort. The Vic ALP had to repay $400,000 after the Ombudsman found 21 MPs had acted illegally.
McGowan will be ruining the day he reappointed John
This
McKechnie.
is the great irony in this whole thing. McGowan changed the law to allow John's reappointment in part because he reckoned MPs opposing the extension were worried the CCC was about to lift the lid on the dirty secrets of former Liberal Phil Edmund. He of the great taxpayer-funded rub and tug tour of Japan. And now the watchdog sneakers personally anointed has turned its focus on him. McKechnie's demanding politicians as senior government figures hand over documents he suspects could prove a local red shirts operation. And get this, the people he's going after are looking at parliamentary privilege as a reason to refuse to cooperate with the CCC probe, the exact argument that Edmund's upper house mates used to thwart McKechnie a couple of years ago.
Did McGowan know about the campaigning?
I honestly don't know. Dan Andrews successfully argued he had no idea that dozens of his MPs were illegally using electorate staff to get elected. So maybe Mark will claim ignorance also. Going to be hard though, because WA's 30th Premier has his fingers in every government pie. This was him last Thursday pulling beers. Something minor about liquor law reform that Tony Booty should have been able to handle by himself. A few days earlier, the Prem was at an announcement about plans for a new fire station. Not the opening of a new fire station, just the plans for one. Apparently Stephen Dawson couldn't be trusted to go solo.
It's like he's in election mode.
You can see the wheels starting to come off his wagon. He doesn't want to risk having someone else in the driver's seat in case they act like Daniel Ricciardo when he signed off from McLaren. He's not the first politician who just can't let go.
As Prime Minister, only I could really understand the weight of responsibility that was on my shoulders and on no one else.
ScoMo syndrome is real.
You never know when a political scandal will hit.
As the Qataris are discovering right now. The World Cup is less about the sport of soccer and more about the month-long party. Booze restrictions at Qatar's World Cup stadiums, or stadia, means the 2022 party is less this and more this.
Go Razzmatazz. Go Razzmatazz.
FIFA is now in damage control and Budweiser is working out what to do with 27 billion beers. Like in many Arab states, morality goes to the highest bidder in Qatar. If you have $4,500, you can get into one of the many private lounges and drink like Keith Richards. Otherwise, you're in the fan zone where you can enjoy a maximum of 4 beers, which will be all you can afford because they're $20 each.
Yeah, fans aren't happy.
Ecuadorian supporters were chanting, "We want beer," during the opening match. FIFA President Gianni Infantino says the criticism of Qatar's conservative liquor laws, also its persecution of gays and oppression of women, is Western hypocrisy. Gianni says he knows what it's like to be oppressed.
I was bullied because I had red hair and I had these red, how do you call them? Freckles. Freckles.
Amen, brother. I'm Ben Harvey.
If anyone knows how to murder someone and get away with it, it would have been him.
He was an animal.
He you believe Gary White is an innocent man?
100%.